Ladies and gentlemen, single Pringles and shippers alike, whether you are watching on your phone, on your device, on your big screen, on your system, wherever you are in the world, we are live. Welcome to another episode of BBNaija Scoop right here live on OSG Media. My name is Josh, and of course, this is the program where we give you all the hits, all the gossip, all the exclusive, all the basketballs, all the shipping drama, all the relationships and all the everything nice, everything spicy, everything controversial, everything tasty on the BBNaija show. This is the season 9 of Brother Naija, the No Loose Guard edition of the season, and I am joined by a very distinguished gentleman right here on BBNaija Scoop today. He is an entrepreneur, a CEO, a philanthropist, a political scientist, an influencer, a financial analyst, and perhaps we could say a practical jack of all trades. I'm talking about none other than Victor Obisike Amadi. Amadi man, welcome to the BBNaija School Project live on OSG Media.
Thank you so much, Josh. If I was a lady, man, the introduction was superb.
If you're a lady, it'll be way different.
Are you serious?
The voice, you
do better than that.
The voice, no. This is better, but if I was a lady, there's this, the future is female, so we have to, our ladies are special, so we have to, take it up a special notch, go, in that whole bedroom voice, take the drill down,
I get it.
Emphasize on it. But you are a man of all trades, you're a jack of all trades, you are a mover and shaker, you're someone who has really done a lot, not just in the industry, but of course in what you do as well. So of course, how else are we going to introduce Amadi man himself?
Thank you very much. I'm flattered.
Okay. So welcome to BBNaija Scoop. This is season 9 of the show, as of course you do know. So far so good. The house has seen lots of ups and downs, lots of trickery, controversy, quietness a bit. In fact, the last live eviction show, because this week's eviction show, there was no eviction. The housemates thought that there was going to be an eviction, but then there was no eviction. We already knew that there was not going to be an eviction. But then the last eviction show, before it started, Ebuka, the last 2 eviction shows, not this particular one, Ebuka really took it to the housemates. No content. You guys did not bring your A game. You guys did not do what you are supposed to do. And then last week, they did the whole unpairing ceremony that looked like something out of an Undertaker entrance scene, with the whole outfits, the eerie music, looking pretty, dramatic in that way. Can we say that because of the unpairing ceremony? Okay, let me just make it as a double question. First off, are you a fan of the fact that these people came into the house as pairs? We started with 28 individuals, 14 pairs, and then 6 pairs have left. And 6 pairs have left, so remaining 8. Maths. Okay, yes, I'm still good at maths. Remaining 8 pairs, and out of the 8 pairs, 16 housemates are left. So we've had almost half of the field leave as pairs, and now you are coming into this new week and you're separating all the pairs, all the siblings, the twins, the married couple that the housemates don't know are married. You separate every one of them, and everyone is playing the game individually. So it's this angle is twofold. What's your take on the unpairings, and are the housemates better, entertaining, drama-wise, content this week because they were separated, or is it more of the same regardless of them being separated or still as a pair?
For me, I think let me take the letter. Let me take the last question. I think it's still the same thing. Their personalities didn't change. They are still who they are. They still play the same kind of game. They think alike. They think the same way they've been thinking. So it didn't really make any difference. Do you understand? Not like, after they unpaired them, someone now said, you know what, I'm going to have a rethink. There's a rebate of, no. It's still the same thing. I just think it didn't make so much difference. And then your first question, I would say that coming in as a pair, that was something new. This is the first time Big Brother is letting people come in as pairs, which was good. We saw how people can, play the game. And I know that sometimes they will pair people in the middle of the game, which, also shows, strength and changes the dynamics of the game. But for me, on pairing them, I also think is good in terms of branding outside.
Okay.
Yeah. When they come out, how do you want to book them for shows? Do you want to book Josh and Amadi?
Yeah.
What if Josh wants to be in Akwa Ibom?
Yeah.
So you understand, they need to also work. It's a platform. So they need to also work on their individual brands, in as much as they came in as pairs. And some of them, as you said, aside the married couples and the ones that are siblings, some of them they are just friends.
They're just friends,
Yeah. So your area of concentration might be you want to be a musician or an actor. This one wants to be a fashion model and influencer. How do we marry them together? Do you understand? So I think on pairing them now at this point of the game is very necessary. And I think I like the idea too.
But was it not fair to perhaps the previous housemates who were already evicted as pairs?
That's why it's a game. So it's in a game. It's there's also luck. Do you understand? So if you were not properly prepared to get to or equipped yourself enough or won the hearts of the fans to be able to keep you up until the point where you got unpaired, then I guess it wasn't your lucky day or your lucky period.
Then technically we could say that because since you've not been impressed so far with how they have performed this week or how they have entertained us this week, maybe you could have just left them as a pair, especially as lots of siblings, lots of pairs that have been pairs before they came to the house, like the twins who are like, it seems like they're like a P-square version of female twin DJs. So aren't we scattering what shouldn't be scattered?
Well, I wouldn't really say that I'm not pleased with their performance. I just said that for me, I think it's still the same thing. Okay. Do you understand? If you check the people that are trying to ship, they are still going on with their shipping.
With their shipping, yeah.
The siblings are still talking. Onyeka and Chizoba, they are still having the same conversations. They still have the same quarrels,
And they still sleep together because she chose her to be in the head of her house.
So, yeah, when she won the head of house.
Yeah.
So it's just the same thing. I think in their mind, they still feel paired. But in the course of the game and what the game is, they are running their individual race. But it didn't change anything. It's not like, okay, don't go to this person's room or don't have conversations. So it's still the same thing, just change a little tweak
to the game and tweak to, of course, who's most likely or probably winning the prize, unless if along the line Biggie will do another ceremony and
a lot of people
repairing ceremony.
A lot of people complained on Twitter, on social media, that some people are coasting or some people are enjoying other people's grace. Do you understand? So I think it was really necessary that they unpaired them. They'll say, oh, some people are riding on other people's
coattails,
so let's see who is who for.
And then there are also still complaints of people who suffered perhaps because of their own partner in their duo as well.
I know. Like was it 2 evictions ago? 2 evictions ago, you could see that her pair got into like
fracas with
fights. The housemates and
Flourish, DJ Flo and Ruti.
Yeah, so it's what it is. It's the game. So that's why you're a pair. So for me, in partnership, where my strength is, I think that's where maybe your weakness is. Where your weakness is should be where my strength is. So you guys have to complement each other. So if I went into the house as a pair, and that's the point where I would say, bro, calm down. Or I'll be the one who is the peacemaker. And then let people say, because of Amadi, let's leave Josh.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Let's not nominate them. But I guess you didn't also. It's not a one-man thing.
Yeah.
So...
Okay, so let's say we are in the house now, or rather, we were in the house. If the show was still, if the pairing was still on, as a pair, how will you impact yourself into the house? How will you, make yourself have a huge presence in the house? Let's say me and you are in the house. How would you define yourself as a pair? And amongst these pairs that we have seen so far, if they were still pairs in the house, who do you think had the best chance of winning as a pair?
Best chance of winning as a pair, I would say that. Should I say from the outside view or from what I see them do?
From your own view, just from your
you
own perspective.
I'd say that because of would I say, the fact that Double K, they are married and then they are still able to live in that house, no tension, no nothing. You, if you're not careful, if your eyes are not on the ground, you would not notice that they are married. Yeah. So that's a plus.
And it's taking all the housemates who have come out from the house
to realize, to realize that they are married, or there's something between them to get. So even when Ebuka talked about the time that they had a kiss, they made it seem like friends just kiss. They trivialized it. I was like, that's what it is. They are living their reality. I would say also for me, I feel like the twin girls, Money and Handy, they are also, they would have maybe gotten away with the prize money. And then Checkers, these were my Shatoria, yeah. So these are my top 4, like if they were still pairs.
But now that it's been separate, it's now every man for himself. It's now like, you could perhaps say that this is the second week of BBNaija season 9 in this format.
Yeah,
because it's now like a new format. So it's a new way.
The first week, normally BBNaija, the first week no evictions.
Yes.
So they've enjoyed first week no evictions. So now we're starting the game proper.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. So let's move on into what happened this past week. The first week for them as individuals. We saw in first head of house. We also saw the individuals shine. Who do you think were the biggest winners, who excelled the most this week as individuals, in their first week as individuals in the BBNaija house?
For me, I think I'll just go with one name, or maybe I'll add another one. But if I'm to go with one, I'll just go with Onyeka.
Okay.
Yeah. Normally they play the game, or they'll have their head of house tasks as pairs. So if you're not careful, one person would drag the other person. Yeah. But this time around, it had to do with show your strength, how you think, how fast you are. And Onyeka really showed that she's up for it. She was fast. She finished in time and she won the head of house. So I think for this period, aside the fact that she has always been in the conversation of one of the strongest housemates, she showed I have what it takes. So I think she was the big winner this week. Okay.
So since talking about Onyeka, how has her reign so far been in the house? They won their wager. It seems like lots of things were she. In fact, it seemed like she was not just playing the role of the head of house, directing traffic, organizing everything. She was also in people's business per se, settling disputes, being a girl's girl. How has the week of Onyeka been?
I'd say it's been great, so comparing them has also made us to see her other side, the fact that she has qualities to be a great leader or a good leader. She's gone about the head of house, their wager. She's gone about their wager the right way. They've won their wager. I think this is the third time they're winning their wager this season. They've lost about 2. Yeah, so it shows she has what it takes. Yeah, I think so.
3. They've lost 3.
They've lost 3, are you sure?
3.
Yeah,
they win, they lose, they win, they lose, they win, they lose.
Okay. So you can see that, she's come and she's changed it. And this is the first time, single, so she did not need help. It wasn't like before where you say, okay, 2 people. And guess what? She's shown that, I support women. This one, when they say 2 heads are better than 1, she has shown that one Onyeka is better than 2 people. So yeah, that's what it is.
And then still talking about Onyeka, it seems like the whole issue with O Square, that she and Ozzy, we saw the drama with Ozzy and Victoria Ozitoria. It seems like there's really no ship going there. Where do you think Onyeka's head or heart might be in regards to shipping? Is she with Ozzy? Is she still besties? What's the dynamic actually going there?
For me, I don't know. It's hard to decipher the heart of a human being. But all I can say from what I see is I just feel she's just playing her game. She's just being her and doing her own thing. Even I think OZ2 is doing the same thing, to just, playing their game. I don't know what will be or what the situation will be when they come out of the house. But we're here to watch and we'll see.
Definitely, we're here to watch and we will see. This is still BBNaija Scoop right here live on OSG Media. Josh has been hanging out with Amadi. He's also a brand manager as well, so you could see how he just directed it to the brand angle, especially when you talk about the pairing them for their own individual branding, which, of course, why are you on the show if you do not want to promote your own personal branding and take it to the next level? You can follow us on all our social media platforms. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, OloriSuperGal TV. We also do have a WhatsApp channel where we give you the news you can use. And of course, if you want to be a part of the BBNaija Scoop right here live on OSG Media, do not forget to send us a DM on all our social media platforms, and of course, send us a mail. The email address will be shown on your screen. I've been hanging out once again with none other than Victor Amadi. We are still talking about what happened this past week in the Big Brother Naija house. The likes of Cassia, Ozium Badiwe, Suj, Victoria won challenges. We also saw Handy, Action Ben, Nelly won 2 out of the challenges we had this week. I could probably say she had a great showing and perhaps has really proven herself to be a strong player of the game. In consecutive weeks, she and Anita won the Heads of House challenge when they were still a duo, Nelita. Then the third week, they got to the final but lost to Shatoria. That's Sean and Victoria. And this week that they were not Heads of House again, second consecutive week they were not Heads of House, Nelly still, showed walking, still proved her mettle, and perhaps she hasn't been up for eviction apart from when they were like all of them up for eviction apart from the custodians and the heads of house. But she has never gotten to the bottom 4. Nelita never got to the bottom 4. And this week, the first time, there was no eviction. Do you think that Nelly, from the way she has played this game so far, has proven that she perhaps might be a very strong contender to make the final 5 and probably even win it?
Well, maybe I would say that you've sold me there. But what I mean is, from my own side, I really haven't taken notes or haven't taken time to look at her. Maybe when I go back home, I'd watch now and watch carefully to see how she plays her game, and also the fact that they're no longer pairs now. Just to see where, okay, this person really there's strength.
Or was it Anita that was helping her?
You never really know. Yeah, but let's just see how the drama unfolds and what's next for her. Okay,
so let's still look at the drama and all the shenanigans happening in the house. Ben and TJ had their issues. Checkers, Onyeka and Chizoba had their issues. Wani and Sean, every Eke market day, they'll have their own issue, they'll settle. They'll have their own issue, they'll settle. Has this individualism now in the house, has it affected the dynamics amongst even the pairs themselves? We even saw how it seemed like Tofa was throwing Suj under the bus when Ebuka asked the whole, okay, so can't you confide in Suj? Why is Suj the one who would not tell you what you need to hear, that will just take your side? Like, can't you confide in Suj? So has the separation of powers, let me use a political term, has it affected the dynamic of the pairs came into the house together? Is it a thing of these pairs are perhaps not as friendly, or they don't really know each other, or they just did it for the show? Has it really unraveled or unveiled those who truly have friendly feelings for each other?
So first off, I think to answer your question, I'll say that this is a reality TV show. So And sometimes I tell people that we're not ready for a reality TV show.
In Nigeria.
What it means is myself and my partner, there's no way we are going to just coast through the house without having issues. And if you hear what Onyeka said, is what it is, reality. She and Chizoba, they have issues. It's just not about the pressure of the game. When Ibuka asked her, so you can see that even at home, they quarrel.
Yeah.
She cries, this one.
They've probably even fought lots of times when they were growing up. At the end exchange blows.
And then to answer also what you said about Suj and Tofa, I understand where Tofa, where he was coming from. There are friends that you have, not because they are bad people, you can confide in them, but because they care about you, they are careful not to hurt your feelings. They'll be like, yeah, I understand, just do. And again, they might think like you do, and then they would give you the kind of answers that you would give yourself. Then I can just meet a Josh who, for him, he's that blunt. He doesn't really care about hurting your feelings. If you want to go and cry, cry. If you want to go and hug Transformer, hug Transformer.
The truth is the truth.
The truth is the truth. But, because I have, for me, being Suj now, because I have certain level of sentimental attachment or emotional connection with you, you're my guy. I will not tell you that, there's a way I'll put it. So he does not even want that there's a way I'll put it. He just wanted the truth. Chiget. So that's I feel like, it's a game. And they are being real. So yes, arguments will come up, clash of personalities. Some of them, if you check, like some pairs, let's say, I've lived my life for the past 30-something years the way I am. Someone else has lived his or her life for the past 20-something, 30-something. So of course, they're cut from different clothes. So they would definitely have clashes and issues. Okay. And that's what makes it a reality TV show.
Definitely. And Nigerians, I think I'll agree with that. Nigerians are not ready for reality TV shows, for the whole drama. Because everything should happen in reality TV shows. You can't lock adults in here, male, female, no phones, no television, no much games that everyone can play. I don't think there are books. I've never been a housemate, but I've not noticed anyone reading, so I don't think there are books. Because if I was in the house, I read books a lot. So it's books that I'll just pick, even if it's if it's a book about history, book about 1950 something, World War II. I just like that knowledge. So if I was there, I'll probably pick a book and read, play chess. But the games there, not everyone plays table soccer, not everyone plays pool, not everyone plays table tennis. So basically, you could say that yes, Nigerians are not really ready for reality TV show because of our morals, because of our alleged expectations. Is the fact that Nigerians are not ready for the actual happenings in a reality TV show, can we say that it's also hindering the housemates to not show their true color, to not really come out of their shell, because they are thinking, oh, my popsy feed they watch, my uncle feed they watch, that type of thing. Do you think that it's hampering these housemates to bring out their true self, even if that their true self might be nasty or in a way immoral to those that they are caring about, maybe their conservative parents, conservative families?
So me, there's one of my quotes that I live by. It says, "Wisdom is profitable to direct." Yeah, so I feel like why you're in the house. That's first. You're in for a reality TV show, but it's not the people you live in that determine your fate. It's people outside. Yeah. So you also know that this thing, if I do it, Nigerians will find out it. If I do it, not just Nigerians, because it's just not Nigerians voting, right? Yeah, yeah. I think other African countries can vote. Yeah. So this part of the world, there's what that's morally right, and you have to be a certain way, you have to live this way, you have to be this kind of person. So I think it also affects how would I use the word? Permit me to use the word for the lack of better word. How it affects how loose or how
free you can be.
Yeah. Like, I just want to be me. Do you understand? In being me, you can be the person that uses maybe the F word, or you can be the person who snaps at everything. But because you know that you're trying to sell a certain kind of would I say, personality to the people who are voting. So you tend to bottle in a lot. That's why sometimes we hear on the streets, they will say, this was not how this person was in the house. And I would say, well, it is what it is.
What it is,
He gave or she gave you what you wanted to see to be able to vote. So that's another conversation when we say Nigerians or generally Africans are not ready for a proper reality TV show.
That shows all the real life and all the whole.
This is who I am.
Rated R plus 18 content that perhaps we should be looking for.
I don't know about that.
It is reality show. Big Brother out there in the Western world. In it started in Netherlands. So in the Netherlands, in UK, in US, it's giving us those direct gym that we are seeing. That direct drama that I think. Perhaps maybe it's this newer generation of Nigerians, but perhaps we do need that. Do you think we need that?
Well, to be honest, maybe I would say that I don't think so because it's just there's a lot going on, I think we should it's what it is,
So talking about the ships and the ships in the house and the drama of the ships in the house, I think we currently have 3 full-blown ships. They are still the likes of Action Ben and Chizoba that we don't know the hide and seek they are doing. We'll still talk about Ben and him hoarding eggs, or rather doing the work that Biggie sent him to do by hiding the eggs in the diary room. But the ships now, Sean, Wani, Suj, Nelly, Tufa and Anita, Suli, Shani, Tonita. I think Tonita is the only one that really rings well in my ear amongst the way people have co-named the ships. So which of these ships do you think, okay, first off, your take on the ships generally, which of these ships do you think might stand the test of time outside the house, especially seeing how they have been having issues? We saw the whole age thing with Tufa and Anita, then Sean and Wani's it's like small, every 2 days, 3 hours, you breathe in oxygen, breathe out carbon dioxide. If I say carbohydrates now, because it was in my head, and people would drag me online. But then you breathe in, breathe out. Another argument. Suj and Nelly, small thing, problem here. Suj, you don't care about me. Suj, you don't really like me. What's up with these ships, and with the way you've seen them, can they function outside the house?
Well, I think so. You can't really tell because you never know. Sometimes what you look at and you say, oh, these ones are good to go. When they come out, they end up not. And the ones you least expected, that's those are the ones that do well. So it is what it is. We would watch. We're here to see. We're here to watch. Wait and see how it unfolds. Then talking about the dynamics of their relationship, I don't think there's any relationship that's without arguments. Of course, they're in a confined space. They are living together or they are staying together. So yes, there are things. There are going to be clashes, personality clashes, and all of those things. So I think it's only right that they have issues and they talk about it or they trash it. Do you understand? Tofa and Anita, to be honest, I don't know. Maybe it's just the way, I think he really cares about her. That's why some people argue and some people might see reasons with what I'm about to say. Because he does care, he feels like if I tell this person, my age, knowing fully well that she's big on age, she might not.
He will lose her.
At me. Yeah, I'll lose her and everything. So maybe I'll just play the card of letting her experience me for me, and then maybe sometime in the future I'll tell her and leave her to make the decision for herself. You know what? Some people will say, "Oh no, why do you do that? Why do you not say it up front?" So for me, I just feel like he did that because maybe he cared about her.
Isn't that selfish?
Don't we all make selfish decisions? Don't you think so?
But isn't that deceitful as well?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because it's just like there are things that I feel like no matter how you look at it, people would go on, I know on social media, will say, oh no, but there are things that you would tell your partner eventually, but you just,
There's some truths that it's not good to tell them
instantly. Yeah, you also weigh, how does this person receive and how. Do you get what I mean? Yeah.
So you're hiding one for the team, for the betterment of the team.
I don't know how to put it, but for me, I'd say that first of all, I'm not like, for me, I don't think age is a problem. It's just a number.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I feel like you can date younger men and they are still more mature than older. So
definitely.
maybe you can call it, I don't know.
Maybe fear. Maybe he was afraid of losing her, so he used the card that would protect the.
Remember what I said when I say people are not ready for
reality shows.
Do you know that we, even as young men, when we were a lot younger, we meet babes that we like? Do you understand? And we know that if we tell them, age, it doesn't make me a bad person.
It's not just even.
If you want to respect me because of that. Don't say, oh, he's older. No. If you feel like I've not done enough and I'm still, that's fine. Do you understand? Leave age out of it.
So then, is that a problem on the person who unnecessarily depends on age to give respect?
I don't think so. People, my dad would say man is a product of his environment.
Okay.
People grew in different ways. Some families, they were big on respect. Like, you have to, this is what it is.
Until you are a certain age,
that's what
you must have respect.
But for us, where I grew, it was, you just we were raised in love. Me, I have all girls.
Aww.
So it was a very beautiful upbringing. You do look at this guy. So should
we come and look for a rose to pluck?
Where we don't pluck in our family.
Okay.
Do you understand?
We harvest.
So it's just what it is, how people grew up, and I don't blame them for it. So I said before, man is a product of his environment. So for them, this is how we're brought up. We're big on age. I don't think I can. And it's okay. Do you understand? It only takes, maybe if you meet someone who's willing to, change the situation and everything. If you ask me too, that's why I say reality. Of course, I've had to tell someone, not even talk about it. Like the way I would arrange myself, you think,
guy, man.
Yeah.
Fair point. I think I totally get that. But then also, still, they said if you love someone, tell them the truth. If you love someone also, and this person is not for you, let her go. Passenger Song is in one of my favorite soft rock songs. Only know you love her when you let her go. So
that's you see what we're talking about. A lot of Nigerians, we're not ready for reality. I see somebody, I love the person, I think the person is good for me. Don't get me wrong. Maybe when we get into the relationship and we see we're not compatible or all of those things, but I feel like, let me have a shot at this. Let's ask ourselves some questions. Do you think if you go for a job interview now and they ask you a question which, if you say yes, you'll be lying, but you get the job. But if you say no, you'll be saying the truth, you don't get the job. What would you do? 99%
of Nigerians would lie and get the job.
So the thing is, I'm not trying to say lie, but the thing is, maybe let me use a better word.
Falsehood.
It's just
half
being
truth.
Smart. I'm trying to be. So I know that I look at you. Sometimes, we don't even know what is good for us. And I see you as a lady, and I know that maybe I see your values and everything, and I know I will be good for you. Trust me, I'm not even going to lie. I'd go down that route. I'm not going to talk about my age. You'd see the way I handle things, and you see for yourself. Then when we eventually get to talk about it, and for me personally, I know age is not a big deal. Whether younger, older. It is what it is.
Emmanuel Macron, president of France, got married to his high school teacher, more than 20 years older than him.
It is what it is at the end of the day.
It is what it is. Age is just a number.
Marriage is even way more than that.
Yes.
Relationships way more than that. Age is just a number.
Then still talking about Tofa and Anita, because from what you said, you are giving all three of the ships benefit of doubt.
Of course.
Let them come into the real world and experience the real world. Sean and Wani, one of their first conversations the first week was about the whole ASAS thing. Even Wani also mentioned that she had to break up with an ex because of the whole ASAS thing. Now she has met Sean, and it seems like it's still the same ASAS thing. Is it something that should be pursued outside of the game per se when they go back into the real world?
Well, I have my opinions and my views. I'm a preacher of love and not war.
You're not a preacher of war.
No, not war. So
but you have the powers.
Which one do you want? You want
Skin telebush. I be the shaker.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because if
you release
it,
yeah, powers.
Well, anyways, so the thing I'm gonna say is that for me, I feel like do you know that I've met people who do not want to have children?
Yeah. Lots of people.
So I've met people who also in fact, the way we are now, if you find someone who is very compatible with you, you guys think alike, you people sync, I don't necessarily think ASA for me is a problem. Do you know why? There are so many ways we could bet or have our kids. I'm open to, a lot of other means.
If they are capable of doing so.
Yes, if they are. Do you understand? So that should not be, for me, that should not be the defining feature of a relationship. That's what I think. Is my opinion. It's not another person. And I'm not imposing it on another person. Do you understand? If I were to be AS and I meet someone that's AS, we fall in love, we sync, we click. Do you know what it takes to find someone that you click with these days? Find someone that understands
but
you.
we are 8 billion people in the world now.
Bro, you don't want to go. That conversation is, I can tell you, you can go around the circle.
The dating market is a jungle.
Like, English, don't worry, transfer market, no reach. Trust me.
Here we go, Fabrizio.
I'm telling you, here we go. Josh has just started dating someone. Here we go. No,
Signed deal. The deal has been off.
So you don't want to. So for me, it's just, I think both of you, most importantly, have conversations. What are your values? What are your views? How do you see life? And if you guys click, those other things can be worked on. You can decide not to, have kids. And also, I think there's also a way, I don't know, because I'm not a medical doctor.
No,
there are ways that they check the genotype of the child.
Of the fetus, yeah.
Yes, so...
It's expensive, highly expensive.
That's another conversation. And I don't know, Chateau, they're equal to it now.
So it's a fair point. Whatever anyone should do, they should do what works for them in their own individual role. I think it still also boils down to the fact that Nigerians generally, we always have this hard and fact rule. We always believe our reality should be everybody's reality.
Of course. Somebody
our
would
belief should
argue
be
with
everybody's
you now,
beliefs.
Why would you say such a thing? Again, I said it's my opinion. It's what I would have done if I was in that position and I met someone who, clicks with me and everything.
And you had the proper information, the proper knowledge, proper resources, because or you can even adopt, because I was reading a survey that if every married couple, or if every married couple and even every unmarried person adopts two children, there will still be lots of, should I say, children, babies without parents, motherless babies, fatherless babies. They are still going to be there because the orphanages both in Nigeria, outside, abandoned children are full to the brim. So it's something that I believe that adoption should also be an issue for people who either do not have children or are scared of going down this whole AS route but still want to be together, because it doesn't matter. Lots of people have married for maybe parental reasons, age reasons, financial reasons, and then got into the real world and used the whole fact that I was not in love with you, and then I damaged my children. There was no love in the marriage. There was always back and forth issues. And because of, in this our part, I'm personally not a believer of divorcing and all those things, because I didn't grow up in a separated home. I grew up with parents together with each other till this present moment, more than 35 years of marriage. So I personally didn't grow up with it, and I would like to have what I witnessed my parents have. Not of course, everyone obviously picked the positive aspects of it. So staying together, not just staying together because of the kids, but staying together because this is your life partner. This is one you're enjoying life with. So perhaps Nigerians should be more open to having takes that are not just in their own personal bubble, in their own personal domain. So we can even say that this Big Brother Naija housemates have given us a different perspective to different issues in life.
Yeah, because if you look at it, you just talked about the ASAS, is something to talk
Something,
about.
yes.
We just talked about age, something to talk about, something to look into, And I feel like a lot of people would also maybe research on it, talk about it, and want to learn more. Do you understand? So yeah, I think so.
So maybe don't break up with your man if it's AS and you're AS. Look for solutions first before you can at least explore further. So this week in the house there was no eviction. We of course knew since Monday that there will be no eviction. The housemates, some seem like they knew because they were doing, I told you, I knew it, all those type of things. Was the house better with this week being a free eviction week? Was it more entertaining? Was everyone more on their toes because of the fact that Biggie did not, or rather gave them that feel like you all are up for eviction? Did they really step up this week because of that?
I don't think so. For me, I just felt like they were just relaxed. They were chilling. After all, like, let me just relax. It's more like, let me take a break. In school, it's called midterm break. Like, there's no stress. I'm not doing assignment. I'm not, that thing where, remember when we were in secondary school, when they tell you that there's a test tomorrow, how maybe your teacher just comes in to say there's a test tomorrow, how you read overnight, how you on your toes,
you're ready,
tension and everything.
You might even do midnight call that year with your guys.
If there was to be an eviction, trust me, they would have been on their toes. They would have performed more, looking for ways to. Just felt like they were relaxed, and I also felt like Biggie should have let it be or play out the way it has happened the other years. Maybe fake evict or tell them there's an eviction so that we see who's who, because this is the first time they are just running as they're no longer as pairs.
Yeah.
Or also introduce something. I was saying something earlier on where we, the housemates, they see it as no eviction, right? But we outside, we're allowed to vote because they are up for eviction. And it's a case where, because I've removed the pairs, everyone is up for eviction.
Yeah.
So viewers, vote if you want your favorites to be in the house or still stand a chance to win the prize money. But to them in the house,
it's a chill week. It's a
so
free eviction week.
Some people will sleep, some people will relax.
They might not even have won their wager.
Do you understand?
Yes. So everyone might not even bring the content. Everyone will just be there eating, relaxing, holding the eggs that they're holding.
Because a lot of people feel like they know the game. Then they'll just get the shock of their life. Biggie has said, okay, so they are relaxed. Then they just come. We told you guys that there was no eviction. But for the outside people who were voting, you guys were all up for eviction. Yeah. With me here, Ibuka does his thing. Just evict 2 people. Everywhere will be cold.
And perhaps maybe save Ben because he was doing Biggie's work by protecting the eggs and the food that I personally think these housemates are enjoying, especially with the current economic situation. I think these housemates are enjoying.
Do you know how much a crate of egg costs?
And they are holding it in their lockers.
So
maybe Biggie also took advantage of the fact that Action Ben has snitchy tendencies too.
Of course, he's Action Ben for a reason.
For a reason. But it's still the game, regardless of what people might think, including your pair or if you're in a ship, it's still the game. You have to obviously obey what Biggie says as well. So, what are your early projections or your, should I say, predictions looking into the new week, as Ebuka has wholly instructed them that there would definitely be evictions this week? What do you think the housemates are going to do different this week, and who do you think might, really come out and prove their mettle this week?
Well, I don't think if for 5 weeks you've not been able to, I don't think there's anything you can do. So maybe for me, we'll just keep going with the people that we think they've been giving us, content. The likes of Onyeka,
One-X Handy, Nelly, Shatoria,
Suj, Tofa, Anita. Those are like the conversations are just, around them and everything. I think they are actually all great, like the ones that are left. So, but now it just is about you. And I also think that there are late bloomers too in this game. I know people who started first 5 weeks, they were not in the conversation. But going forward, you start seeing from the 5th, 6th. I know
I'll probably say Tricky T did so in his time. He wasn't really. People are not really expecting him to go as far as he did.
True.
Yeah.
You know, and they're also. I'd say that they're also late bloomers. People who have also won the game. Like they were not in the conversation and
in the initial stages.
Yeah, in the initial stages, it just picked up and then went all the way and they won the show. So maybe you might also see that this
someone who has not really shown himself will now finally come out of his shell.
Because they are now playing.
Even like Victoria, because even say Victoria,
this week
is a late bloomer as well.
Yeah, she's been, there's been little talks about her and everything. So from nowhere, she's just, and I hear her fans, they are saying,
and it seems like she has that pity party fans.
Not necessarily pity party. Like for them, they've been waiting and clamoring for them to separate she and Sean. Let's go our way. So you never know. So it's up for grabs. That's what I feel.
It's definitely up for grabs.
To anybody. Double K, they are there. The husband and wife situation. Now they're separated. Nobody still knows. Up for grabs. Anybody can get it.
Definitely. Anybody can get it. Anybody can win the prize. Anybody will have to show up. Everyone will have to put up. Everyone will have to put up or shut up right here in the Big Brother Naija house. Thank you, Victor Amadi, for being a part of the BBNaija Scoop right here live on OSG Media. Thank you for putting up and for stepping up and for not losing your guard, just like we hope our housemates will do this coming week in the show.
Thank you very much for having me. Always a pleasure.
Definitely. That is how we wrap things up on BBNaija Scoop right here live on OSG Media. Once again, if you want to be a part of the show, endeavor to send us a DM on our social media platforms. Also, endeavor to send us a mail. The mail address will be shown on your screen. We'll definitely get back to you and we'll definitely partner with you. And for advert placements, for advert bookings, you can also send us a DM on social media. Also send us a mail as well. Follow us on all our social media platforms. On TikTok and Twitter, we are at OloriSuperGal. On Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn, we are OloriSuperGal Media. On YouTube, we are OloriSuperGal TV. And we do have a WhatsApp channel where we drop exclusive interviews, exclusive content, exclusive updates, and all the news you can use. Thank you once again for the privilege of your time. My name is Josh. Until next time on BBNaija Scoop right here live on OSG Media. Hasta luego.